Welcome, everybody. This is a special segment of Truth Stream, and I'm here with two Northwest friends, and we have John Chait and Jennifer Yost, and we, the three of us, are hosting a retreat in August of 2026 up at Mount Rainier. And I'm going to kind of turn this over to Jen to start with, and she'll give you a little bit of background on herself and what we're going to be doing up at Mount Rainier in August. So Jen, without further ado, welcome to Truth Stream.
Thanks for having me on. This is very cool to hang out with you guys anytime, even if it's virtual. Yeah, so I felt this calling to put this retreat together, and it's a kind of a long story, but basically my work has always felt like I'm here to shift mass consciousness on as grounded level as I'm meant to do it on. And I work with people one-on-one in my private practice. It consists of psychotherapy, and I'm an energetic intuitive healer. And I've been doing that work for around 30 years now, which is weird for me to say because I don't feel like I'm that old, but I guess I am. and that work back in 2007. So while I have the private practice, I felt a calling, or I put it out to the universe that, hey, I want to tell me what I need to do here, universe, in order to make as big of an impact as I can in the great awakening that we are currently in, ladies and gentlemen. Because I remember back in the late 90s, I discovered Dolores Cannon, her work, and she prophesized the times that we're living in right now. And in the 90s, when I was learning about this whole thing, I couldn't quite wrap my head around about Earth 1, Earth 2, all these concepts she was talking about, and how celebrities, yeah, because we are in the timelines of you get to choose love-based reality or fear-based reality. And that's this place we're at in our consciousness, in my opinion. But she was talking about how, celebrities would be false idols and people would stop, quote unquote, worshiping them, which is happening before our eyes right now with the recent Epstein file reviews.
Right.
So anyhow, well, again, I just felt this calling in my life. I didn't know how to go about it. So like I said, back in 2006 or 7, I put it out to the universe, show me what I can do here. And I got this download, if you will. And so it was like putting on these group activations. And at that point in time, it was in the backdrop of a theater type setting. And so groups of people would come, and it was a spiritual program. And I was bringing in higher consciousness for these group attunements to bring forth higher consciousness. So, because one-on-one work is great, but I feel like that's throwing a pebble into the pond of consciousness versus let's get as many people together at once and throw the big boulder into the pond of consciousness.
Right.
So, and also at that time, I also kind of envisioned myself at some point in my lifetime, I didn't know when, but I'd be going to sacred sites in nature or other sacred sites that have been built in ancient times and doing activations, because sacred sites, there's power points that they sit upon. And Mount Rainier was a calling because it's in nature, lots of mountains like Machu Picchu, the pyramids, Stonehenge, a lot of them are on powerful energy centers on the earth, naturally occurring here with Mount Rainier. And meeting Joe and Scott, your other partner in crime here with the show, when I went on their retreat to Ireland last fall with these guys, that was a calling I answered. And I, again, didn't know exactly why I needed to go, but I felt I needed to go for many different reasons. But that was my first opportunity to do a site activation on that trip, which I didn't realize was even going to happen until the morning we were going on that outing with our retreat group.
Right.
And that really opened things up for me because I had been doing these group activations here in Seattle, and the pandemic happened in 2020. It threw things off course. The momentum I was building with those gatherings, and for the last few years leading up to the Ireland trip, I was just kind of feeling stagnant and wasn't feeling right for me to do these channel events. Just wasn't lining up like it was. So on the Ireland trip, when I got to do the site activation there with our group, it just unlocked so much for me in my path and came back revitalized. And Joe was down to start doing some events together. And we did our first one at the Arboretum in Seattle, outdoors. And that was super cool.
And who else was there?
Well, Mr. Chait, Mr. John Chait was there.
That's right.
And he's got his Pacific Northwest Pyramid that we'll talk about that he's built, which sounds super cool. And here we are, we're working together because we've done a couple events now at his Pacific Northwest Pyramid. Yep. And this retreat has been born, if you will, from our meeting together. And it just, the mountain called me because it felt more accessible. Originally, I was looking at Orcas Island, which is another beautiful location in the Pacific Northwest, and it's a powerful place as well. But when I kept feeling into that, it just didn't feel accessible energetically. So I was like, Mount Rainier. And that just opened right up to accommodations were easy to find and book. And it just, spoke to me. So that's kind of how I got here. Right. What about you guys?
Well, I think what's been amazing is the two of you, because I've only met Jen really in about the last year and a half, and John only in the last few months. And since John's been doing these, well, it's together. It's Jen doing, we'll have to come up with the right title, but kind of these readings, and John's playing these healing bowls. And it's just this natural, the way they communicate with each other is just phenomenal. It feels like they've been doing it for a long time. And so when this idea came together, and then we naturally had to have John there, and he did say yes, folks. So it feels so great, because if each of us were trying to do this on our own, it would feel like there would be so much more of an undertaking and trying to all these missing parts. But with the three of us, it just feels like we've been doing this for a while in a way, not that we've done the exact retreat yet, but the comfort level together is just like we've known each other for years. So I just wanted to
lifetimes. We've probably known each other. We've probably done this before in some other lifetimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Really nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice that we can work together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a representation of the collective as well. I think we're all being pulled together to do the work, to put ourselves out there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and talk about, what inspired you. Talk about the pyramid, because I think, and we're gonna show clips of that as well in pictures, but because we're going to be taking some of the things you do in the pyramid, and people can actually, if they're interested in doing an event or attending an event at the pyramid, that's something they could do as well. But how did that come into fruition, and what are some of the things that you're going to be doing in that pyramid, and some of these things people will be experiencing on the retreat? So it's kind of a all encompassing what we're going to talk about here. So.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. So like Jen just said, actually, I was working at a place as a healer and doing sound baths in different locations around Seattle when COVID hit. And then obviously I wasn't able to do that. So I was dowsing in my yard one day, and I found 2 earth lines that intersected. And from there, it's like, and like sacred sites,
Right.
on Earthlines, PowerPoints. Earthlines, where they meet, is an expanded PowerPoint. And like you're saying, I sort of received the info, like the blueprints, to build this pyramid. And as a carpenter, it was sort of an easy fit, but it wasn't easy. But it's all based on sacred geometry, the phi, golden mean ratio, like the pyramids of Giza, like the Great Pyramid. So it's almost like a sacred site, but in modern time, it's a purpose-specific structure, I suppose, operating in the same sort of harmonic bands as a sacred site, a traditional sacred site would be, And you can obviously, there you go, look, you can go inside, it's nice, keep you warm with a fire. And what I offer is group sound baths and one-on-one healings as a intuitive energy worker too, energy healer too. So there's some crystal singing bowls that I use. So it's a beautiful place with such a great energy, celestial and earthing energy. So, and it's there for people to attend, and like you say, we do group work there as well, and other practitioners can come and can use the place as well. So hopefully a nice place for, like we're saying, we're all coming together, and like the greater community can come together in a supportive, transformational place.
Community is really needed right now too.
Yeah,
Right.
I think so. Yeah.
And just so folks know that, there are really great people in the Northwest. And so
Absolutely.
if this resonates with you guys, there might be talents that you want to bring to the table, or you might want to just join us on the journey or just have a conversation. So we all want to do something in our own backyard. I think that's literally in John's backyard.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a big yard and it's surrounded by trees.
Right.
So even though we're in the city, it does feel like you're removed from the hubbub of the city. So it's, it's almost a mini retreat, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of elementals around there too, because when we
they love you. Gosh, they love you.
Yeah. Yeah. We've done a few group activation events there, the three of us, and it's been really a great location. Very nice container. And so we'll be doing more as we lead up to this retreat. So we can talk more about that as we go here. But
they're all on the website if people are interested in looking at it. PNWpyramid.com. They can look and book on the website.
Yeah. While we're talking about that real quick, I just wanted to pull it. Is there anything that you want to share at this point on the website? Because obviously, guys, here it is. It's pnwpyramid.com. What we offer, is there anything you want to take people? I guess the event calendar, is there anything on the calendar quite yet?
Yes, there's every Tuesday and Thursday evening there's sound baths, and then Fridays I'm offering one-on-one sessions, and then men's circle every Tuesday evening. And then the three of us at the Divinity Group Activation once a month.
Okay. Right on.
And this is over in West Seattle, which if you're in the area, highly recommend it. You'll feel like just sitting in there, you feel awesome. And John has that infrared sauna that people can use. So
that's a nice thing. You can come and book in the sauna before or after a treatment or a session, and just get an all over physical, spiritual, the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's a little bit about John's background right there. You'll notice that he does have an accent from England, so it is real, and it says it right here on his page. He's not faking that. John is a little bit new to the podcast world, but he fits right in beautifully, I would say.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm actually quite nervous here. I'm out of my comfort zone on the interwebs.
Well, you're in good company with our viewers and with the energy that Jen creates. So, and with that, Jen, should we take people on a little bit of a tour on what they can expect for this retreat?
Sure. And I could talk a little bit about just grid activation.
Yeah, start there.
To kind of introduce people for anybody who's not quite familiar. So a lot of ancient traditions believe that the earth and I do too, but it's a living being, and it has ley lines running through it, which is like energy pathways throughout the planet, and even its own versions of chakra points. Just like as human beings, any acupuncturist you probably talk to will tell you about the meridian system throughout the body that correspond to our physical self, along with our chakra system. And so in my healing work on one-on-one, I often, when I'm doing an energetic intuitive healing on someone, all of those pathways and chakra system is being affected with the life force energy that's coming through. So when we work with the earth, I think, as I said in the beginning of this, a lot of these sacred sites have been dormant and shut down by the powers that were, we could say, hopefully, I think so. Because when these places are activated, it's a higher frequency of energy, which therefore raises the consciousness. And I feel like the pyramids in Egypt, when they were activated, they were like batteries on the planet, and they put out a high frequency to keep people's consciousness elevated, so they could come from a more peace-loving kind of presentation. So that's kind of why I've been super called, because I want to, unlock these sacred sites so we can release the energy out of there and change the field of consciousness, and then therefore shift the consciousness of the people on the planet to just a higher state, so we can not fall into a place of fear and act out from a place of fear. And especially during these times, we're going through a major transformation in our consciousness. And I feel like when Atlantis fell, it was because they got carried away in their technology and messing with the weather systems too much, and they perished. When we're now at a similar leaping off point in our consciousness, kind of back when during Atlantis times. But this time I feel in my soul that we're going to make this leap in consciousness with our bodies intact. We're not going to lose everything like we did before. And we're going to successfully make this transformation in consciousness from the fear-based to a love-based point. So I think the more we can harness the planet's energy, it's like a ladder for us and supportive for us. And this is just what I feel like I can do as far as helping in this situation we're all collectively in. And
I think anyone who joins you in your work or on this retreat, bring their own energy and what they have to help that process too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Right. So, because humans are a conduit between heaven and earth. So when we gather as a group, it's so powerful, much more powerful than if it's just one person meditating by themselves. That's helpful. It's great, but we can really rock it like tenfold when we're in a cohesive group dynamic.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, and Mount Rainier is a powerful mountain in North America because it's a volcanic mountain, so it's got a geomagnetic field around it in deep magma chambers below it, and then it has a glacial water system running through it, which is a conduit of energy. Water can be, a messenger that brings forth our consciousness and healing intention. So just in that, it's a sacred site of it's occurring in nature.
Right. Right. Yeah. And it's exciting what we're going to be doing up there too. The place
Oh
we're
yeah.
staying is great. And every little cabin has a hot tub, and we're going to go over some of the locations. But yeah, I know. Thanks for laying that foundation for people, because
Yeah.
I wasn't really familiar with it till you started doing it over in Ireland.
Yeah. That was
What's going on? This is cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, and it feels really good. Like individually, you also benefit because you get a personal healing for your own self, and then
Right.
it's extended through the earth grid for the land region and how far we want to outstretch that in the, so it's just all around an awesome experience. And we were talking before we started the podcast, it's like no psychedelics needed, like, because
Right.
when I'm working with ascended masters, and they come through me energetically, and then I'll channel their wisdom and higher teachings to the group as well. And it's a really usually after a healing, you feel really expanded in $1 million. You feel really elevated and more mental clarity,
Yep.
emotional clarity. So it's
Yeah.
going to be rocking at the mountain. Like, I'm really super excited to go do this work.
Well, yeah, we just, we had the last healing a few weeks back, and I just, between the synergy of you two and the vibe of the people that were there, I was able to really immerse myself in it. And it just felt like I went on this amazing journey. I can't imagine 4 days of being around that type of, energy. It's going to be amazing. So
Yeah, because John, he's an awesome sound healer, and he has all his crystal bowls. And when he and I this last one we did, we were very much in sync, and it's all intuitively guided. And
Yep.
It creates just a lovely field for people and a container for people with the sound. And I imagine we'll be doing some sound baths, like when we get back from our outings during the day on the retreat. And we'll see about bringing a sound bowl or two at some of the locations we'll be at when we go out onto the mountain. So yeah, I don't know. Do you want to show Betsy's cabins? Like,
yeah, let's start with little Betsy's cabins here.
Yeah, show people where they'll be staying.
Right. So pull this up here. Here we go. This is near the town of Ashland, right?
I think it's Ashford.
Ashford. You're right. Ashford. That's why I said it with a little hesitancy. I have a friend that used to have a restaurant up there.
Oh, right on. Yeah, it's I think it's on the Nisqually side of the mountain.
Yeah.
And they're just cute little cabins that Joe and I reserved, and they're all close to each other, the cluster of ones we reserved. And
Right.
each one has its own hot tub. So after day hikes, and the day hikes we're going to go on, I made sure that they're going to be 2 miles or less, so they're very accessible to any level of hiker.
So here's an example, and you guys are welcome to go through and check
Yeah.
out Betsy's cabins, obviously, but we'll just pull up one of them for now. This is the Grizzly Ridge.
Mhm.
And you can see, they're like a combination of rustic and modern all at the same
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
And they're comfortable, cozy, nice amenities, and they're all really relatively close to each other. So if there is some kind of day that's really rainy, which is somewhat rare in August, we'll still have plenty of room indoors to do a healing as well.
Yeah. I'll have some backup plans in case there's rain, or we're just going to bring your rain gear and we're going to go out. Get your rain pants and raincoat.
There you go. And then obviously there's the shower. I'm trying to get to the part where, this is the upstairs of that one. And then they're going to show I believe the hot tub, but I'll have to go back to I didn't see the hot tub on that one, but
And each cabin is kind of its own unique layout.
Yeah, that one does say it has a hot tub. So I don't know why I didn't see the picture there.
And they all have AC there, as it says.
Here's an example. So this is the Laughing Water, and then there's a hot tub in the back.
There's a hot tub there.
Yeah,
and I think there's campfire pits with all of them as well.
Yeah,
and there's no burn ban there. I believe I read on the website.
Nice.
Because sometimes there are burn bans in Washington State. But everybody should have their own bedroom unless there is a loft sort of situation like depicted in the last cabin. But so we're not going to be roughing it.
Right. And these cabins, the reason we booked, I'll stop for now till we get to the next, to where we're going to actually be going to one of the locations. But we booked so far in advance, and we're letting you guys know about this in advance because these locations, these cabins, they fill up. We're going at high season, right? Is it July, August? That's the hardest time to get the cabin. So that's why Jen was on this right away as soon as, she started learning, like, where should we do this? And she found Betsy's, and they've been very accommodating. To our requests, if you will. So,
and we also reserved a couple single occupancy, like that are just I think one's a 1-bedroom and 1 cabin, and then the other is more of a studio setup. They both have full kitchens, but so for anybody who wants their own like private space and you don't want a roommate or you're a couple, we also have that option for folks.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And if they do want, let me just pull up I was going to pull up that, the page, but I'll get to it. I see where it is. Here we go. So if people are interested, so this is part of the promotion, like letting people know about this and why we're airing this so early in the year, because of this, special that we have. Here it is.
Yeah, so our price point. So we've got $19.95 is the regular price, or $18.95 for the early bird special by April. If you put your $500 non-refundable deductible down by April 15th, you can get the early bird special. If you want the private cabin upgrade, that's the $375 early bird, $475 extra regular price for the upgrade. And so, you'll put some money down, and then we'll have another payment due. What does that say? May 15th, and then the final payment July 1st. And this is going to include, your cabin and breakfast and lunch will be supplying for you, and then a barbecue night. I think we're going to do, I believe, the Friday night of the retreat, and it's August 26th through the 30th. And what else do I want to say about that?
Yeah, I was going to say, what all does it include? And then there's going to be a lot of the hiking that we're doing.
And then all the activations you're going to receive, all the healing work you're going to receive. So it's going to be a great experience, and I will take care of, I think we'll have a small enough group where we'll only need 3 cars for transport. So we'll have that figured out as well.
Exactly. And so let's tell them a little bit about where we're going to be going on the day trips.
So day 1, when Joe has it, is Longmire Meadow. We'll let him pull this guy up here. All right. The Mount Rainier is such a picturesque, beautiful mountain. It's unbelievable.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
It's freestanding volcano. It's stunning. It's not part of the Cascades. Yeah, it's stunning.
So that's Longmire Meadow, correct? Yep.
Yeah, and then what I'm also going to do, I'm going to share this tab, and then if people go online as we say the names of the places that we're going to, you can dig into more of the photography as well, and see other photos. But it's just beautiful. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, and so this is going to be we'll arrive Wednesday night, and everybody can get acquainted, and we'll probably have a campfire Wednesday night as we all settle into our accommodations. And then so day one is we'll go over to Long Meadow, and that I want to start by grounding in that meadow as a group, and it can be, and we can create a nice cohesive group calibration for the work we're going to be doing over the next few days there. So we'll connect in and settle into the consciousness of the mountain and the grid that's there in that meadow. And then Nisqually River is also apparently in walking distance in that meadow. And glacier river systems are also known to be conduits of energy. It can bring the healing intentions that we're going to have as a group all through the valley. So we'll be playing with the river as well that day.
Right. So, yeah, there's you guys can see all this, right? The Nisqually River.
Yep.
I mean, just beautiful
and powerful looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then where do we go after the?
And then there's Christine Waterfalls, which it sounded like it's a 10-minute drive from this location. It's off the road. If we want, as a group, we can go over to Christine Falls. And waterfalls are purifying and really like moves energy. So perhaps as a group, we can also just if there's anything stagnant in your life or anything you want to like release or a pattern you want to evolve, whatever it might be, however it applies to you, we can do something with the energy of the waterfall there that day to just like get in total alignment for what you want to get out of this retreat for yourself and for the collective at large, and just offer it to the waterfall to just transmute, so we can all kind of be clear slates as we walk in to do the rest of the grid work.
Exactly.
So that's day one.
Day one. Oh, no, I got some sun coming in behind me. I'm going to move this
Nice.
over. Okay. So day one, we probably wrap it up and then have some kind of we'll be bringing snacks and stuff for people as well. And
yeah, we'll probably have lunch. We'll have lunch mobilely out there, I would imagine, and then be able to come back, to our cabins that late afternoon.
Right.
If we have enough interest, we might have a body worker along, so folks could have their own one-on-one body works massage sessions. That'll just depend. Once we have our group established, we'll do that by interest level if you want something, a service like that. But I want to try to make, free time for people to like do their own thing or to integrate the energetic work we did.
Right.
This energetic work, it's not draining. It's energizing, if anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And as far as the schedule, it's not going to be like military, but yeah, we do want to get up. We would like to be on the road, I imagine, by 8 something, so that we can get up there and
or maybe, if we eat breakfast around 8 or 8:30, maybe
get up around 8:30, and then be on the road
like 9:30, I would guess, because all these I mapped it out. So like day one, that Longmire Meadow, it's I believe a 20-minute drive from Betsy's cabins.
Okay.
And then day two, when we go to Paradise, that's more of a 45-minute drive. So if you want to pull up Paradise for us, Joe.
Okay, let's do that. All right. And lots of pictures on Paradise. But I will pull up this one because it's so beautiful.
Yeah. And Paradise is a popular place. So we'll be going there on Friday of the retreat, which hopefully that will maybe avoid more crowds than say on a Saturday or Sunday. But that is, lots of wildflowers. And this could maybe be considered like the heart of Rainier, because it's it's where the forest line opens up, the sky becomes prominent. You have a view of the glacier. So I would imagine we'll do some heart grid work. Also, it's connected to Crown because we're at, I think it's 5,400 feet elevation. So that might be cool if I don't know if the healing bowls, we'll see if the healing bowls, I don't know if the open air drowns out healing bowls, but we'll see.
Yeah, the sound can sort of drift off
Hmm.
quite easily.
Maybe we'll have to do,
outdoors. If we're in a
we'll see what group
if we're in a nice
configurations.
circle, we can.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the day number 2, stop 2 will be, or was it? Yeah, be 2, right?
So Paradise, it's more. So this is kind of ascending the grid, so to
Right.
speak. And within, so we'll check out the Alpine Meadows, and then there's Myrtle Falls. I think, did you have a image for that?
Do. Oh, here they are. Ta-da!
So that's that's going to be a water glacial alignment.
That's cool.
Very cool. And so that's a nice connection between Earth and sky. So we'll see what comes about there.
Okay.
And then Alta Vista Ridge is also along this hike, I guess. And like I said, these are not going to be strenuous, crazy hikes.
Right.
Because I want it to be accessible. So the thing about mountain ridges, they can kind of be like an energetic column way, and it can also shift consciousness because you have a view of the valley, the glaciers, all at once, in the horizon all at once. So perhaps we can do some breath work there with some intention with that. Great camera ops. I mean, there's going to be great photo ops everywhere, but that's pretty breathtaking.
I mean, just that really is an incredible photo. I can just leave that up for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling elevated just looking at that.
Just looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
imagine this
imagine
place, in the summer, like I would say, what, 5-ish months out of the year? Like I don't even need to travel anywhere. It's so amazing up here.
Oh yeah, I try not to leave the Seattle area, Washington State in the summertime because it's like the best time of year here. Like it's amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The temperature's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too hot, especially up in the mountains there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're probably looking at what 70s, maybe 80s at Rainier.
Yeah.
Maybe, if it's gonna hit the 80s, I suppose that'd be the time of the year.
80s.
But it isn't like the South or anything like that.
No, there's no humidity or.
Right.
It's really a nice neutral climate. So if you've never been to Washington State.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if you've never been to Washington State.
This is a no-brainer.
And you are into a spiritual retreat, you're going to be and you like mountains, like this is a trip for you.
It's like, I mean, we could have really picked anywhere. So if you're finding out about this and never been to Washington, you're coming like, I don't know how much more spoon-fed we could have done it. Like when Scott and I went to Costa Rica, we were hanging out with Carol. And for those that are interested, I've completed the edit of Carol's tour of her property that I'll be releasing this week as well. And but when you hang out with people that are in the area and they can kind of hand select, like what a gift, like for Carol to know where to take us shopping and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what that retreat's going to be kind of like. We know, like we could have went anywhere and we chose this. So welcome to Washington State in the best way possible.
Yeah, good way of putting that.
Yeah. So that's day 2. Now on to day 3. What are those locations?
So day 3 is going to be the amplification day.
Okay.
Kind of the peak of the grid work. And that's going to be held at Reflection Lakes.
Okay. Pull this up. Images.
And I think Reflection Lakes might be maybe a 40-minute drive. And we're going to do this at sunset, this activation, because at sunset, from what I've researched, the lake, as you see here in this image, is very still, and it's a mirror image of the mountain into it. And also sunset is when the atmosphere is changing. So it changes the frequency for just a little added amplifying feature for our work. And lakes are like portals. So I think it's going to be pretty rocking here as far as our work is concerned, and beautiful. I mean, look at that, breathtaking.
Absolutely.
But during
other locations that day?
During that day, so that's going to be the final grid activation. But earlier in the day, because that's going to be at sunset, like I said. So earlier in the day, we can go over to Trail of Shadows, which is a nice forest walk, just I think 10 minutes away from Betsy's cabins. And this can be optional. If people want to just do their own thing during the day, they can, but I would recommend we can go as a group and just walk through this nice forest path, because what that's going to do is just help us settle and integrate our nervous systems from the days before, and just kind of have a nice grounded walk, prep work before doing the reflection lakes.
That is awesome. Could we get John just to say Trail of Shadows for everybody in his like movie voice?
Trail of Shadows.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly. Oh my God, that gave me the chills, because that's exactly what I wanted to feel from it.
That was perfect.
And this is the humor that you guys will have as well, because we're all three just regular, easygoing people, even to those that are the new woos out there. Even. And then, other than Trail of Shadows, was there anywhere else on day 3?
So I think that'll be day 3. So basically, over the course of the retreat, we're gonna, ground in the Longmire Meadow to begin. Then we'll ascend to like the heart of Rainier on the second day in the Alpine Meadows. And then the last day we'll amplify at that lake. So I think it's going to be a nice, it's almost, we could make it like, it's kind of like a 3-pronged pyramid model.
Yeah.
Energetically speaking.
That is cool.
And in between we'll be hanging out, and like I said, the breakfast and lunches are included in this. So dinner, you'll be on your own. And so since there are full kitchens in the cabins, you're welcome to bring your own groceries to prepare for dinner, or there are some nearby restaurants that maybe some of us as a group will want to go out to together. I know when we were in Ireland, that was always fun when we would go out together as a group. That was a good time.
Exactly.
But if people want to chill, they can do their own thing. It'll be casual, but we'll have those restaurants available to folks, so you have that at the ready.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to pull this up, because if folks are interested, and I'll pull up this price specs as well, but this is the best way to throw your hat in the ring, say, hey, I'm ready and I want to know a little bit more, is to email Jen directly. And while we have it, Jen, let's let the folks know a little bit. I'm going to pull up your website so that they can learn a little bit more about you. We should. And that's right here. So walk folks through your website for us, if you will, the elevator pitch.
Okay, so this that's when my hair was shorter, as my throwback to my 80s. So I am in private practice as a psychotherapist and energetic intuitive healer. And my one-on-one sessions, I bring a holistic approach. So it's not just, if you want psychotherapy alone, you can have that. But I think people cover more ground. We can do some psychotherapy for the first 30, 40 minutes, and then do some energetic intuitive work, because the body is a library of information. We store our trauma, emotions, all kinds of stuff in the body. And a lot of times we haven't, we're carrying it around. And then we're setting up these subconscious feedback loops of setting up these repeated patterns in our life. Like maybe you keep dating someone that cheats on you all the time, or maybe every place of work you have this negative a critical boss, and you just are like, I don't get it. Every place, this just keeps happening. So a lot of times that's just because you have some sort of, I call it trauma drama loop stored in the body. And so when we can do the energetic work, it has just a direct lens into it, and we can energetically shift that, because I'm very intuitive, and I kind of do quantum healing. I have a background in Reiki and matrix energetics, and then I've also just kind of created my own style over the years. But it can be pretty potent work. If you live out of state, I can do energetic healing sessions with you, virtual sessions. I can't do psychotherapy out my license. I can't do that outside of Washington State. But yeah, and there's info on there about sessions and house clearings, and just kind of my connection to the Ascended Masters, the group channel work, which is separate from my practice. So if you want to learn more about me, you can check out integratehealing.com. And I guess maybe we should say, you know, whoever's watching this right now, like if you feel called, you're listening to this right now, if you're feeling called and kind of lit up from what we're talking about, this retreat might be for you. And, you know, and if money's an issue, that usually has a way of working itself out. That's how I felt when Scott and Joe were talking about their Ireland retreat. You know, I felt this calling, and it was out of my comfort zone to go off on an adventure like that. I'd never been out overseas, over toward, you know, the UK before. I didn't know anybody except Joe and Scott, who were going to be on the retreat. And I was going to be traveling by myself overseas. Hadn't done that before, but I just felt called. And I'm so glad I answered that call, because like I said, here we are sitting today. It just opened up so much for myself, and it was a great experience. And I met awesome people on the retreat. Everyone was so cool.
Well, that feels good. I mean, what's cool is to, you know, when we started the show, we didn't know exactly where it was going, but we've not only built an amazing tribe internationally, because it's interesting. We built it like kind of more of a tribe internationally first, and then worked our way back into the Northwest. And it's been so important for me to make a difference in my own backyard, and to meet you guys now, and to be doing this in the Northwest. Like if you can't make it a difference in your own backyard, it's like, I don't know. I mean, sure, it's great to do something online, don't get me wrong, but to really feel an in-person impact, there's nothing like that. And
Yeah.
we just had such a great time in Ireland, and for you to come and have that experience with us, and now to be bringing that to the Northwest, is just, what a cool thing to be part of. It really is, that you guys are empowered, and now we're taking, I mean, yeah, I'm part of it, but part of the, you know, part of the best part of it is empowering others to step into their gifts. And I watch that happen with TruthStream is incredible.
Yeah. And I'd say, you know, if you like nature, you like hikes, you like
Right.
community, if you work with energy, whatever capacity, or intuitive, you don't have to be super intuitive or real familiar with working energy, but if you're just open and down to, you know, be amongst the group, come hang out. Like, and we'll have a good time too in between hikes. Like, we're fun people. We like to we like to have a good time. So
Exactly.
we'll see what happens around the campfire. Maybe we'll see some UFOs up in the sky. We'll
Yeah.
we did that in Ireland too, didn't we? So
Did I play you guys Mark Atwood's? Have you seen his clip from the show I did with him and George H. Lewis?
I watched some. Yeah, I did watch that.
Maybe I'm gonna play this clip because it's fitting to what we're talking about. I just got to find it now that I've put myself on the spot. So Mark we did a show about a week ago, and forgive me as I put this in. So there's a short clip from that show, and I hope I don't have to log in. I'm just going to type in TruthStream here. And this is just like, I don't know, a minute and a half. And I'll share the screen so we can watch Mr. Mark share his experience about that. So let's see here.
Yeah, because I think Mount Rainier is a pretty active place with ETs and UFO activity going on there. But we're only going to connect with the good ones, the nice ones.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of our star brothers and sisters knocking around this area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. I'm just going to put it over.
Rounded edges. I mean, one of the reasons I'm generally calm is because I got visited by a ship, and it was very multi-dimensional, right? It was an orange triangular with rounded edges, like a burnt orange color with black hieroglyphics on, and it was literally outside my back door, and then it went like that. And I've had a few experiences like that. I did a video about the stone circle. I went to Arbor Low in Derbyshire, which is, I think, is the most powerful stone circle on the planet, intersection of 9 ley lines. But it's very low key, and it's kind of little car park, and you have to walk through a farm to get there. But when I was there with Gillian England, who's a really powerful spiritual intergalactic kind of character, healer, and she was kind enough to invite me over, and we went and filmed it and didn't know what to expect. But we unblocked it from the royal family, who had been blocking these ley lines, because I got a telepathic message while I was in the middle of the circle to go outside of it, and I found these concrete blocks with VR, Victoria Regina. Immediately knew there'd be one on every ley line, and then there was a 10th one, which was George Rex, GR, and we cleared them, and then the sun literally came out of nowhere, and it changed in front of my eyes, and it was very similar. It's kind of like, the way I can describe it is it's like an animation. It's like looking at an animation. You know, the sun changed. I had a black line and a white light going around it like this, and it was pumping out all these beautiful colors.
And one of the funniest.
So, I think the cool thing about playing a clip like that is it backs up what we're talking about. Because, I'll admit some of this stuff I'm not really as tuned in to it, I suppose, but I'm open to it. So I think at some point those veils are probably going to lift for me as well, because I feel like I'm kind of a bridge for those who are that may not be as into the woo-woo but are open to it, and the ones that are into it. And so if we're open to it, I don't think you're going to really see it if you're not open to it. So if we're at least open to it, it's probably you'll
have an experience.
Right. And that's what I felt when you guys did the last healing. Like it wasn't a visual. My eyes were closed, but man, did I go somewhere special. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was a good one. So do you want to do a 10-minute little energetic sample?
I think we should. Let's do that. I'll take this down. Cool.
Yeah.
So this will be like a kind of a mini example of what we're going to be doing.
This is a mini example of what you might feel and encounter on the retreat, and then also the work we do at John's Pacific Northwest Pyramid, kind of what goes on. So what I'll do is I'm going to bring through some energy, and maybe to create the retreat field for the people that are going to be on the trip, and Mount Rainier itself. And so again, this is all intuitive, so I never know what's going to come through until I'm in it. So if you want to
picture of the lovely mountain while you do that.
Yeah, that's good. Great. So if you want to receive some healing energy here, audience, you are welcome.
Okay, here we go. There it is. Okay.
Oh, perfect. Nice. Okay. So maybe this will be a heart grid meditation. So wherever you are, just feel free to make yourself comfortable. If you're sitting in a chair, laying down, however you want to be, make yourself comfortable. And just allow the surface that you're sitting on or laying on to support the body. Connecting in with your breath. Just inhaling and exhaling. Feeling your feet on the floor, or just your connection to the earth beneath you. Giving yourself permission to receive this healing energy and any insight and transformation that comes with it for the highest and best good for all involved. Okay, so let's just start by coming into the heart center, just bringing your awareness and your breath down into the heart center chakra. Just breathing into the heart, noticing what you notice. And from this heart space, maybe you can imagine yourself in a place of nature. Mount Rainier, in this case. Seeing that majestic mountain before you, in this meadow of wildflowers, in Pacific Northwest pine trees, surrounding this lovely meadow. Just feeling the luscious grass. You might be even able to imagine the grass against your body. So you're just kind of stretching out in this meadow, open meadow, alpine meadow. Continuing to breathe. Perhaps just noticing a glacier lake off into the distance. It's very still. Just gazing into that lake. You might even notice the reflection of Mount Rainier in that lake. Whatever else you're noticing. You might have a sense of wildlife around that's also just curious of this energy and of this land, this beautiful land, this beautiful site. Just feeling the expansiveness of the majesty. Interfacing with your regality, your divinity, in alignment with the divinity of this mountain, land of this mountain, this sacred site occurring naturally. Feel the expansiveness of consciousness that you're a part of, that you are. With the tree line just around you, supporting this energy that you are one with. Just imagining a golden dome of light all around you. Celestial, shimmering golden light. Just allowing that golden light to cleanse your emotional body, mental body. Just noticing what you notice as you sit surrounded in this golden light. this golden light that you are. While also just noticing the human body of which this golden light extends from. This is your heart field. Feel the coherence of your heart field with the mountain. All the animals that live upon this mountain. The people that visit this mountain. The people that live around this mountain. Just aligning in our sacred geometry, the soul's blueprint, sacred geometry with the mountain's sacred geometry. Just creating this coherent field. Feeling your crown chakra located on the top of the head just open up and expand, along with your root chakra located at the base of the spine, the tailbone, connection into earth. As above, so below. With this light energy coming out from your heart chakra, front to back. Just feel that divine alignment with your soul, self, higher self, nature. Similar, that symbol of the Holy Cross. Just vertical and horizontal alignment. You can make any intention you wish to make, any guidance you wish to receive from this open state, or some life inquiry, or your week to come here, whatever that might be for you. And just know that guidance it could show up now in this moment or at a later time. And just know that you can always return back to this place, because this is your true divine self. And a great way to access it is through the heart center. And being in a place of nature is also helpful because we are that energy. That's why it always feels good when we go into nature, because that's actually our our natural state. It's how we're supposed to feel, but it gets bogged down by life stressors and whatever else pulls us in other directions. So coming back into this state. So I'm just going to calibrate and ground us in this nature state, divine state, natural state, whatever you want to call it. We're going to reference point these changes in our consciousness and ground us in these changes in our consciousness. And whenever you're ready, you can bring yourself back into this time and space and slowly reorient yourself to the space you're in. Wiggle your toes and fingers. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes.
Well, once again, I felt like I went on a little mission.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah. Felt like a diamond light in my heart center at the end there.
Yeah, I got a bunch of neuronic activity.
Mm,
Yeah. It was nice.
nice.
Clearing, aura clearing at the end there. That was lovely.
Mm.
Diamond light, earth energies. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little people there, you know.
There we go. All right, folks. Well, if this kind of event and these kind of folks sound good to you, I know where I'm going to be.
Yeah, and I think we have space for a group of 10, maybe 12, but it'd be great if we can get 10 people.
Yeah, and I'll put this up. So one more time with Jen, I'm going to put, this is her email. And then here is the breakdown for folks. I'm sharing that right here. Hold on a second. There we go. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. And Jen, the dates once again are
August 26th to August 30th.
So it's 4 nights. And what time on the breakdown, what time do we want to be aiming to get there on the 26th? Let's check in.
I think we can check in at 4 p.m. I want to say. I'm going to ask Betsy if those of us, the facilitators, might be able to get there at 3 so we can set some stuff up before people arrive. But I imagine people could arrive between 4 and 6 p.m.
Yeah. Okay. And if people are flying in, I mean, obviously let us know if people are in the local area. Because I mean, I know we're probably all going to have a bunch of gear and goods and sound bowls and stuff in our cars. But yeah, just kind of give us the lowdown on where you're coming from so we can help facilitate. Like, yeah, obviously you're coming the day of and you're flying, we want to make sure you're there early enough and all that jazz. Cause it's about from SeaTac, if someone was to drive from SeaTac, yeah, you'd probably want to rent a car. I mean, I can't imagine the Uber expense going on.
No. Because what is it like? Is it an hour? Is it a 90-minute drive from SeaTac? Do you think?
Yeah, 90 minutes to 2 hours, 90 minutes.
Yeah, I'll take a look from SeaTac to let me see here.
Beautiful drive though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Betsy's cabins sits at like 1,700 feet elevation.
Okay, cool. Let me try something here. So yeah, people are flying in to Seattle. Let's see, Seattle to Ashford.
Yep.
TAC Airport 2 directions. Ashford. Let me just put that in, just so folks have a
idea.
Yeah, 1 hour and 35 minutes. Yeah, with obviously with no traffic.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So not too bad.
Well, and it'll be a Wednesday, so if you fly in Wednesday afternoon, if you can, kind of somehow avoid rush hour. That's usually 3:30 to 5, 6. But I'd say if you could get to Betsy's cabins by 6 p.m., you should be good. And we'll have some light snacks, but you might be on your own for dinner that night. But we'll have a opening ceremony campfire thing that night, so we can all get acquainted with each other and settle into the cabins.
Yes. Cool.
And
Well-
yeah, and then breakfast and lunch, once we get everybody signed up, we can figure out, if you have dietary restrictions or whatever, but we'll keep it pretty simple, I think.
Yeah, and obviously let Jen know if that's the case. But no, I think this is great. I'm stoked that John's going to be there with us, and
Me too.
Yeah. And John's hiked around that mountain.
that?
John's hiked around that mountain a lot, so he knows
Yeah,
that pretty well.
Yeah, and I believe that Scott
Climbing.
and Matt Geiger are going to be there as well. I think. I mean, I'm not sure what everyone's planning at that time of the year, but I'm sure that they're going to want to break from Arizona and come up here.
Heck
So-
yeah. Get out of the desert for a minute, come to the beautiful forest and wildflowers.
Cool. And then, I need to put up John's one more time for John's website. Pull this up at the very.
Oh, right there. pnwpyramid.com.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just we're just launching now, really. So everything's constructed and the website's ready. So just launching now. So there'll be hopefully an ever growing calendar of events and stuff. So
Yes.
please do come check us out.
Yeah. You won't be sorry.
Yeah, it's just it's really emotional when it's full and it feels so good. It's just lovely.
Yeah. Feels great.
Yeah, really lovely. It's emotional for me. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So,
Yeah. Well, and it's as close as you're going to get to Giza Pyramid in the Pacific Northwest. So
yeah, it's not Giza Pyramid, it's Giza's Pyramid, isn't it?
there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Guys, dig through the website. This just got released this week. I mean, it's just pretty darn. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's the same geometry as the pyramids of Giza, except the bottom pony walls, which are built using the geometry of Tesla's 3, 6, and 9 divine ratio. So that all helps to provide keys to unlock matrices of energies, So yeah. Great harmonic chamber. The sound in there is outstanding as well.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yep. Highly recommend a sound bath there with John.
Yeah. Especially if you guys are in the Northwest. I mean, hey, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't it? Why?
Do we know? So as far as any of the events, they're all on there. And then, we're figuring out. So, and if people are really interested in doing this retreat, let us know, and then we'll let you guys know, because the events are pretty small that are in the pyramid. So, but if you're in the Northwest and want to come to the event in August, please let us know, because we'll let you know when these personal experiences are that the three of us are going to be at, because we don't really advertise them, because there's like 15 people that fit.
Yeah. So I was going to say, if you are local here in the Pacific Northwest, we'll be offering these group light activation sound bath channel events that we'll be doing at John's place there once a month leading up to the retreat. And if you paid your down payment deposit, it could be free to you to attend. So It's kind of a little extra bonus.
There you go. Cool. All right. Well, everybody, I think that wraps this one up. And John, you did an amazing job on your first true podcast ever, I think.
Well, thank you. I can only get better from here, can't I? There you go.
Awesome. Jen, thank you. Amazing healing once again at the end to let folks know kind of what the vibe of this will be like. And so you just you're like the Lisas and the Honeys, and now we have the Jens that are part of this whole thing. So it's really cool. I love it.
Yeah, and the time is now for the light workers to come out and
that's right.
create a nice light grid around the globe.
Come on.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you
Lovely
guys
to see you.
soon. But yep.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a
excited.
great group.
Heck yeah.
Cool. All right, everybody. You know where to go. Email Jen. It's right there. Been there most of the show.
And I'll give you more details.
All right. Take care. Cheers.
Bye.